What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome. I just got out of Evil Dead Rise. Oh no, Evil Dead Burn. The new installment in the Evil Dead series. This one is directed by Sébastien Vaniček. I don't know. I hope I didn't mess that up. But that's the director. And, this one was okay. I didn't really feel that much different from the last one. I didn't like Evil Dead Rise. I thought the whole environment they were in was too claustrophobic for me compared to the first one in 2013. I really liked the 2013 one. It was actually scary. It wasn't just brutal, but that movie was scary. And the last one, Evil Dead Rise, was not scary to me. And I walked away from this one kind of feeling the same. I mean, I thought this one was definitely better. The production was there. I didn't really like the actors, honestly. None of the actors in this movie were likable for me. Maybe the grandma, who provided very little comedic relief, but she got corny really quickly. But honestly, the beginning of this movie starts off pretty strong. And let me just get into the plot for y'all real quick. So, there's 4 people. There are couples, 2 couples. And one of them is, appears to be in a normal, healthy relationship. But the other 2 have some serious issues that come out, obviously, even in public. And they're having a fight, argument, or whatever. And the husband, he drives off drunk and he runs over one of the demons and gets into a crash and dies. And it pretty much all goes downhill from there with the family grieving, and then becoming possessed and a whole bunch of chaos. So, the strengths of this movie for sure. The movie's very brutal. It has that Evil Dead brutality going on. But that's really it. I mean, the story is pretty thin. They're searching for some artifact that belonged to the grandfather of one of the dudes, and the dude that didn't die. Okay, let's put it like that, because there's only 4 people. So the dude that didn't die, his grandfather was into some demonology, and he must have got some artifact, and the demons were looking for it. But the movie doesn't really delve into why, or what they were going to do with it. Were they trying to destroy it? Were they trying to keep it for themselves? Was it some ancient power? I mean, eventually you see when the item is recovered, the girl, the main character, she stabs one of them and he turns back to normal. But it's never explained what the demons were trying to do with it. What was their whole spiel? And that was one of, the biggest things I didn't like. And it just felt very, rushed. I will say that. I don't want to give too much of the movies away, but I don't know if it has to do with the editing of the movie, but a lot of the scenes just happen very fast and then they end and they just cut to something else. It doesn't happen a lot, but I feel when it did happen, it happened at moments where the movie could have took time to maybe explain things a little bit more. And it's not a very long movie. I mean, it's maybe an hour and 40 minutes long. But, I just want to keep the consistency, because usually when I say movies are 2 hours or more, they should definitely delve into the characters and be a little bit more complex. Now, this movie, they probably don't do that for this type of movie. But they could have just gave us a little bit something more. I mean, the story is super thin. The movie is really brutal if you're into that. But how much of that, is really going to make the movie a good movie? It's okay. It's really not that much different from the last one. It really just feels like the last one, but instead of being in an apartment building, they're in a house. But maybe it'll go on to be a big success. I know Evil Dead, there's a lot of fans out there for sure. It's a long running franchise. And then they have the 3 older movies. I never watched those, but I should, because now that they've released these 3 modern movies, it would probably be nice to look at the old ones and get a comparison for sure. But I don't know. I was already iffy about seeing this movie because originally I thought Lee Cronin was directing it. He directed the last one. I thought it was terrible. Lee Cronin directed The Mummy, and I thought that movie was terrible. So I'm already like not giving Lee Cronin any more of my money for sure. And this movie, I found out that he wasn't the director, and I'm like, okay, maybe I should go see it. I remember there was like a trailer posted, not a trailer, but like one of the scenes from the movie was posted, and there were a lot of comments saying it looked trash. I'm like, this is just a 10-second clip. But when you see it in the actual movie, it's not really that much difference. So maybe this movie is for you. I don't know. It might be, it might not be. It's a very simple horror movie. If you just want some brutality and, demons going crazy, ripping faces off. But see, another thing with these demons, like this is one thing I don't get, see? Because what is the pain threshold for these demons? During this movie, one of them shot themselves in the head 3 times and stood still. But then in other scenes, they get hit with like a knife or something, and then they're falling on the floor, they're bleeding, they're incapacitated, like whatever. So what is the pain threshold? What are the rules? Where the consistency? Like there's just so many, plot holes, and I don't want to be picky because this is just an Evil Dead movie. But, other movies out there are stepping it up. And regardless of how much money makes, I don't really care about that. I just want to be able to go see a good movie, characters, story, cohesion, give it all to me. And you could still make it brutal, but just give us like a decent story and characters, some memorable characters. I can't even really name any of the characters in this movie because, to be honest with you, I couldn't wait for them to die. Like in the first 10 minutes of the movie, I'm like, oh my God, who is going to die first? Because nobody is likable in this movie at all. So that's all I got for Evil Dead Rise, guys. I'm going to give this movie a 5 out of 10. I don't know if I would recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it, honestly. Only if you're like a super Evil Dead fan. But this is like, you could watch this at home, honestly. But, alright, let me know what you thought of the review in the comments. Let me know what you thought of the movie. Be sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see y'all in the next one.